Welcome back to Master 79. In this lesson we're tackling an ielts speaking part 1 topic that comes up constantly, t-shirts. We'll break down all 3 questions, brainstorm them together, and then hear a full band 9 answer to each one. First, the format. Part 1 lasts about 4 to 5 minutes and it opens the test. The examiner asks about familiar, everyday topics, where you live, what you do, and then simple subjects like clothes, food or weather. You get around 3 topic sets with 3 or 4 questions in each. The key thing to remember is that this is a conversation, not a speech. Short, natural answers score better than long, rehearsed ones. Here is our set. Topic 32, t-shirt. Question 1. Do you usually wear t-shirts? Question 2. Do you like t-shirts with pictures or prints? Question 3. Do you think older people who wear t-shirts are fashionable? Notice how they move from a simple habit to a preference to an opinion. That progression is deliberate, and it tells you how much to say. You're marked on 4 things, equally weighted: fluency and coherence. Can you keep going without unnatural pauses? Lexical resource: the range and the precision of your vocabulary. Grammatical range and accuracy: do you use a mix of structures correctly? And pronunciation: is your speech easy to follow? In part 1, the examiner is mostly checking that you sound relaxed and natural. Here's the shape of a strong part 1 answer. Step 1. Answer the question directly. Don't dodge it. Step 2. Extend with a reason, a contrast or a condition. Step 3. Illustrate with one small specific detail. 2 to 4 sentences, then stop and let the examiner ask the next question. Answers that run on actually hurt you because they stop sounding like conversation. Let's brainstorm question 1. Do you usually wear t-shirts? On the left, the ideas. Yes, they're my daily default. Plain ones, no logos, mostly black and white cotton, worn with jeans, with zero thought. And one exception, smarter occasions, where I'd layer a shirt over the top. On the right, the language that makes it sound native. My go-to. I draw full off, throw one on, without even thinking about it. Layer something over the top. Notice that we haven't written sentences, just ideas and phrases. That is all you have time for in your head. Question 2. Do you like t-shirts with pictures or prints? The ideas. Not really, and take a clear side. Big slogans feel loud. Graphics date very quickly. I cringe at old photos. But, and this is the important part, a contrast. Subtle prints are fine, like a small embroidered logo. The language, not a huge fan. A bit loud, to date quickly. What on earth was I thinking? That said, and wear something to death. Adding a contrast is the single easiest way to lift a part 1 answer. Question 3. Do you think older people who wear t-shirts are fashionable? This one asks for an opinion, so take a clear position. The ideas. Yes, why not? Style is about fit and confidence far more than age. A well-cut t-shirt in a decent fabric suits anyone. It only fails when someone is copying a much younger crowd. And a personal example. My dad, in his 60s. The language. I don't see why not. Far more about X than Y. Well cut, decent fabric. Looks sharp on anyone. Comes across as a bit forced. And he lives in plain t-shirts. That last phrase means he wears them constantly, and it is Question 1. Do you usually wear t-shirts? Yeah, all the time. They're basically my default. I've got a drawer full of plain cotton ones in black and white, and I'll throw one on with jeans without even thinking about it. The only time I don't is when I'm going somewhere a bit smarter, and even then I'll usually just layer a shirt over the top. Question 2. Do you like t-shirts with pictures or prints? Honestly, I'm not a huge fan. I find big slogans and graphics a bit loud, and they tend to date really quickly. You look back at old photos and wonder what on earth you were thinking. That said, I do own a couple with very subtle prints, like a small embroidered logo on the chest, and those I wear to death. Question 3. Do you think older people who wear t-shirts are fashionable? I don't see why not, to be honest. I think style is far more about fit and confidence than it is about age. A well-cut t-shirt in a decent fabric looks sharp on anyone. Where it goes wrong is when someone is obviously copying a much younger crowd, because that comes across as a bit forced. My dad is in his 60s and he lives in plain t-shirts, and he looks great. Here is the whole exchange in one place. Pause the video and read it through. Notice how every answer follows answer, extend, illustrate, and how not one of them runs longer than 4 sentences. Your language bank from this lesson. My go-to, meaning the thing I always choose. Throw something on. To put clothes on quickly and casually. Layer something over the top. Not a huge fan, which is a polite way of saying you dislike something. To date quickly. To go out of fashion fast. That said, a natural way to introduce a contrast. Wear something to death. To wear it constantly until it wears out. To come across as meaning to give a particular impression, and to live in something, to wear it almost every day. Learn these as whole phrases, not as single words. So why does this set of answers sit at band 9? Fluency, contractions, natural markers like honestly and that said, and no hesitation for language. Lexis, idioms used precisely rather than decoratively. Grammar, a mix of present simple for habit, present perfect conditionals and relative clauses, all accurate. And coherence. Every answer takes a clear position, then supports it. One honest caveat, which you can see on screen. This band 9 label reflects an internal quality check against the public ielts band descriptors. It is not a score awarded by a certified examiner. Now your challenge. Record yourself answering all 3 questions using answer, extend, illustrate every time, and force in at least 3 phrases from the language bank. Then listen back and ask yourself one question. Do I sound like I'm chatting or reciting? If it's reciting, do it again. Thanks for watching BMaster79. Subscribe for more ielts speaking breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one.